Is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being. They have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
Rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors, yeah. I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
2024 is turning into a year of shocking revelations, and no one, especially not the Hollywood elite, is safe. Big names are being dragged through the mud, and the headlines keep getting darker by the day. If you thought Katt Williams was done exposing Hollywood's dirty secrets, think again. He's back, and this time, Steve Harvey is in his sights. But this isn't just another celebrity feud. It goes much deeper. We're talking long-buried secrets, blackmail, betrayal, and parties that'll leave your head spinning.
Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
During his interview with Shannon Sharpe, Katt Williams made some jaw-dropping claims about Diddy's infamous mansion parties. If you've heard the rumors, you know these gatherings were anything but ordinary. And according to Katt, there was a much darker side to them. Behind closed doors, things were happening that would raise eyebrows even among the most seasoned Hollywood insiders. Katt revealed that Diddy offered him millions, 4 times, to keep quiet and protect his integrity. But what was he protecting himself from? According to Katt, Diddy had some very wild requests, and Katt wasn't interested in taking part. "You got to tell him no," Katt said. "All lies will be exposed." It was a bold declaration that set the internet on fire. But the bombshells didn't stop there. Katt then turned his attention to Steve Harvey, and that's where things got really interesting. The drama was just beginning, and the secrets being uncovered were about to get even messier.
All lies will be exposed, that's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Katt Williams claimed that Steve Harvey, yes, the same Steve Harvey from Family Feud has been Diddy's slave for years. According to Katt, this all boils down to some tapes Diddy allegedly has on Steve from those notorious mansion parties. The implication? Steve has been blackmailed, forced into silence and submission, because Diddy holds compromising evidence. And Katt didn't just mention rumors, he strongly hinted that there's actual video footage to back it up.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap.
Let's rewind a bit. Steve Harvey and Diddy have been close friends for years, with their relationship dating all the way back to 2005. But it doesn't stop there. Steve's stepdaughter, Lori Harvey, has also been romantically linked to Diddy. At just 22 years old, Lori was spotted hanging out with Diddy, sparking rumors about their relationship. And here's where it gets even juicier. Before Diddy, Lori was reportedly involved with Diddy's son, Justin Combs. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment.
And a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those 2 raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named freak-offs.
Being the Hollywood insider he is, Katt Williams wasn't about to let this one slide. He dropped a bombshell, suggesting that Steve Harvey might have actually encouraged Lori to get involved with Diddy, not for love, but to keep things quiet. According to Katt, Steve allegedly allowed Lori to get close to Diddy as part of a bigger scheme to keep Steve's own secrets buried.
They just tell the stories. Thanks to my wife, I'm where I am. You said that about the first wife. You forget that?
Katt Williams didn't hold back, even claiming that Steve Harvey views Lori as nothing more than an ATM card, suggesting his motives were far from paternal. But let's be real, this is Katt Williams, and when he starts spilling tea, the shade never ends. Lori and Diddy were spotted all over the world in 2019, from Cabo San Lucas to Italy, sparking media frenzy over their globe-trotting adventures. In Italy, they even dined with Lori's parents, Steve and Marjorie Harvey. That's when people began to connect the dots. How could Steve be okay with his stepdaughter dating a man 27 years older than her, especially when that man had been romantically linked to her ex, who just so happens to be his own son, Justin?
Stand-up comedian, entertainer, television host, family man. But most importantly, I happen to be a man of faith.
Replete with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras.
If you thought this was just a one-time thing, think again. Katt Williams has a long history of going after Steve Harvey, and their beef has been brewing for years. During the same interview with Shannon Sharpe, Katt didn't hold back, ripping into Steve, calling him a country bumpkin and claiming he can't talk good and looks like Mr. Potato Head. But that wasn't all. Katt also accused Steve of stealing material from fellow comedian Mark Curry and using it to launch his own sitcom, *The Steve Harvey Show*. Back in the day, the shade was real, and it was deep.
Why would you do all of that man's stuff that he did on his show on yours, and then do the dude's stand-up when you go on the road?
Let's break that down. Katt accused Steve of outright stealing the idea for his show from Mark Curry, another comedian who had his own sitcom called *Hanging with Mr. Cooper Star. According to Katt, Steve attended one of Mark's live tapings and then went on to create a show where he played a similar character, a principal who wore a suit and ran a school. The shade was real, and Katt didn't hold back. He basically accused Steve of being a fraud who built his career by riding on the backs of others' ideas.
Special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown unit, which means that any movement within that unit is controlled and coordinated, and no inmate moves outside of his cell without being in full restraints, to include leg irons, handcuffs, a belly chain, and at least 2, if not 3 staff members escorting them.
But Katt didn't stop at Steve's past. He also went in hard on his present-day career. He brought up the fact that Steve supposedly retired from stand-up comedy after losing a comedy battle to Katt himself. According to Katt, this battle took place in Detroit in front of 10,000 people, and the reason Steve lost, Katt claims, was because he exposed Steve for wearing a wig. Yep, you heard that right. Katt says Steve's iconic bald head wasn't what it seemed. He'd actually been wearing a wig for years, hiding the truth from the public. When Katt called him out on stage, it was game over for Steve. According to Katt, he couldn't handle the heat and decided to walk away from stand-up altogether.
You know, I think in federal court and for these charges, they would say it's routine, but in the public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell.
Federal authorities recently raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami, searching for evidence related to a major investigation. So, what's the investigation about? Well, it's focused on some seriously
problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see. These are allegations.
This is where the parallels to R. Kelly's case start to emerge. Remember how Kelly's downfall began with whispers and rumors, and then suddenly the legal system caught up with him? Many are saying Diddy's case is unfolding in a similar way. Like Kelly, Diddy has been a major influence in the music industry for years, managing to keep his reputation largely intact despite persistent rumors. But now, with this investigation gaining momentum, it seems the law is finally catching up to him, and things are starting to unravel.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
This is the kind of twisted Hollywood drama that feels like it's straight out of a movie. But Katt Williams wasn't done yet. He didn't just call out Steve for being okay with Lori's relationship. He suggested that Steve was actively complicit in keeping things quiet. That's when the rumors of blackmail started to swirl. According to Katt, Steve had attended some of Diddy's infamous parties in the 90s and early 2000s, where Diddy allegedly recorded him. That, Katt hinted, is the leverage Diddy has been holding over Steve for years.